Alrighty, so unfortunately my computer is a little stupid and did not catch my audio at all. I had a lot of technical difficulty, but so I'm just going to do a little voiceover and explain as best as I can. So this is GimKit. This is something that I used, well, that my teachers used a lot in high school. It's very, beneficial, and you also get to be involved a lot. So you can look up any, like questions you want. You could look them up. You can make your own. But for the sake of this, I just found the first one that was like, name that animal. But you can choose anything, and it's for every subject. And there's a lot of different games that you can choose on there. But for the sake of this as well, we're just going to go with the easy one that's used a lot, and that's Fishtopia. So, and then once you get that chosen, you get to go in and change some, of the factors of it. So your duration was 10 minutes. You can change it to however much. The bait you get per question is going to be 5 per question. And then always put that nickname generator on, especially if you're in middle school, because students will put inappropriate names in there. And then, so sorry, my computer takes forever to load, so we'll be sitting here in silence for just a minute. Okay, awesome. So then you would have your students, you would give them about 5 minutes or 2 minutes or however long you want to put that code in up there. And then you would go ahead and start that game. So for Fishtopia specifically, you go to the middle right here where we go, and you are going to press either the enter button or the space bar. Well, right now I'm showing you that you can't fish without bait. So you go to the questions, and then you start answering them. I unfortunately got this first one wrong because I really hate my computer. But you're going to go in and you're going to answer a lot of questions, and you can stay at the question generator as long as you would like. So you can get as much bait as you possibly can out all at once, so you don't have to keep going back and forth and back and forth. So that's what a lot of students do, or some students will do a question, go fish, do a question, go fish, so they can get money. It's really up to them. So you would just be getting all of that bait and everything. So once you have enough, once you get enough bait, I think that's 15, 20 things of bait I got. So after that, you would go to a little body of water, and you would cast I think it's space bar. You would press it, and you would start catching fish. And each fish it goes from less income to more income. The more common they are, the less worth they have. The more rare they are, the more worth they have. So it's just an incentive for students to want to go and get the answers correct, because if they don't have correct answers, they won't be getting bait, and they won't be able to go and get money for whatever fish they catch. I think this is very good for students that maybe don't pay super close attention in classes, or have some issues with some testing, because it gives, like I said, there's that incentive, because at the very end, I didn't show it because my computer was definitely glitching out, but at the end, it shows you who caught the most fish, who had the most money, who was on the top of that leaderboard. So it really does give the students that idea of, I need to get the most, I need to have the most. So once you get enough fish, you can go over. Oh, it's glitching out so bad. You can go over to this area, and once you have enough money, you can buy a ticket for a different area of the game. And right now I didn't have enough money, so I ended up going back to the selling, and I would sell all that fish for money. And then once I got that money, I would go back eventually. Yep, I would go back and I would buy that ticket. We're going to sit here in a little bit more silence because unfortunately my computer was glitching out so bad, so I could not buy the ticket. But when you do buy tickets like that, you eventually will be able to buy all of those tickets and go to different places. And if you wanted to give students more time than 10 minutes, you could give them as much time as you really wanted. You could give them the whole class if you wanted, if you had enough questions like in the question deck, so they could go and explore all 3 of the different like locations within the game. And then once you buy the ticket, there's usually boats over on that side. But there wasn't at that moment. So you would go and you would just be getting more rare and rare fish. So you'd be making more and more money. And then you would just have to come back to the main like location and sell your fish and everything. And so I think it's a really good thing for like students because it's such high, like level of energy. They really don't have the opportunity to cheat. So yeah, so they're just answering the questions based on the knowledge that they already have, which I think is fantastic. So that is my tool. I'm so sorry for all of the glitching, but I hope this gives people idea of what they can do in their classrooms.